What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I wanted to get your guys' 2 cents on one matter, and yes, that is sold. It's being shipped off today. But I want more video game space. There's no doubt about it. Video games is my number one focus and want for statues right now. Movies is probably second. Anime, I mean, I really just want KD Goku versus Vegeta, which I got in PO, which I don't have space for, but we'll figure that out. That's future Flankster's problem. I wouldn't mind other KD dioramas, like his Goku vs. Frieza, eventually a Gohan vs. Cell, Goku vs. Buu, like basically a diorama of all three of the main villains, plus Goku vs. Majin Vegeta. Nevertheless, there's a few options on how we can gain more statue space. And keep in mind, I've kind of hinted at a potential new house in the coming years. We'll do a video on that beginning of next month. I need to wait. But we'll get to that. Now, pending no new house, here's my options. One, sell all of Mortal Kombat down low, meaning all this has to consolidate to these two shelves, doing 2 1/3 in the bottom, 3 1/3 with the bust top shelf. That would free up one entire garage shelf, which gives us space for Black Myth Wukong bust, 1/3 like the 1/3 Wukong and 1/3 Zubaji and 1/3 Stellar Blade. I should be able to fit all three up there. And down low, I mean, maybe do Devil May Cry right there, and then lower Resident Evil 2 and do Final Fantasy 7 here, or just do Final Fantasy 7 down low. But Final Fantasy 7. Then, of course, you do Resident Evil right here. If there's any possible way to get that Nemesis bust in this setup, I would love to do that, because that is one piece I do want. But that's just to give you an idea of, like, if we freed up this shelf, all MK right here. Now, in terms of MK, of course, I freaking love Mortal Kombat. I grew up playing it. MK9, MKX, MK Trilogy, 1, 2, 3, Ultimate. Freaking loved them all. Got a tattoo of MK. Scorpion is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Raiden. Baraka was my main in MK1, the newer MK. So I'm a huge fan. I freaking love these pieces. Now, they are a little outdated, but they still look great. It's not like I look at them and think, God, what a piece of shit. I don't think that at all. I still think they look great, and I love them. PCS is done with MK, so the only other MKs we're going to get is customs, and if Prime 1 ever actually does it. I know they got the movie license. They teased a Sub-Zero, but they never released it. So who knows? And that's movie version. So who knows if we ever see like another Shao Kahn statue outside of a potential custom. I'm sure there will be more Mortal Kombat in the future, but the 1/3 does cover pretty much everything except for my want for Raiden, Shao Kahn. Like, those are probably the two biggest. And of course, I do like having the MKX version of Scorpion right there in Sub-Zero, because that's their best costume. So that's option one, get rid of MK. Option two, move DBZ out. The only place it could go is where Jurassic is. So if this was freed up, we'd have even more video game space. You get 2 full garage shelves. Keep MK as is, and then you'd have enough space for Nemesis bust, Wukong, and Final Fantasy, and more. Like the new upcoming Doom statue. Who knows if they do Ninja Gaiden. But you definitely have a lot of space for video game statues here. So that would be sick. I love my DBZ setup right now. I would love more DBZ, to be honest, because DBZ is one of my greatest loves in life. I grew up watching it, and a lot of my life revolves around Dragon Ball Z. I think about it literally every single day. And Vegeta is my all-time favorite character ever. So I would never sell this DBZ setup. I would have to move it. The only place I could move it is right here. And I'd have to do 2 tall shelves, 1 normal shelf. Technically, this is wider, but the shelf is not as deep. And I don't know how good it would look. But moving Jurassic, you have 2 options. 1, downsize, get rid of everything bottom shelf, consolidate top shelf. And you could throw it in middle room over there. Or the other option is getting rid of the bottom Transformer statues in this room here under Monsterverse So basically everything down low here and do Jurassic down here. Now Jurassic wouldn't fit perfectly. I mean, the way it could work is like Rotunda T-Rex with Raptor bust, or Rotunda T-Rex with the T-Rex bust, Raptor bust with Raptor 1/6, Dilophosaurus, and I'd want it just Jurassic Park 1 themed. And I guess you'd have to do something else with the Dilophosaurus because you can't just have a little 1/6 in that giant shelf. But that's kind of a basic idea, is all Jurassic down low here, which could fit definitely theme-wise, although, I mean, these Transformer pieces are so freaking amazing. Theoretically, Jurassic could go here if you do 3-tiered shelves. It would be difficult, especially with Rotunda T-Rex. The other ones would be easy. It's Rotunda T-Rex that's a freaking pain. But that is obviously a potential option. I don't like the idea of selling Jurassic or even moving it because I do think it looks good where it's at. I mean, I don't like the fact that sticks out, but other than that, I think this setup is pretty much perfect. And I hate messing up perfect setups. The other potential thing I was just thinking of is keeping this room as is. Just adding the Resident Evil, like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village, and if I could somehow throw Nemesis bust back there. And then, of course, Last of Us 1. And then just calling this room a day, like that's it. Although, I mean, we still have Final Fantasy 7 we have to figure out. We definitely got to figure out Final Fantasy 7. I think the best option to fit that is get rid of Neo. Maybe lower... We got to lower something. We got to give a full garage shelf for Final Fantasy. So, get rid of Neo. I mean, I guess you could technically get rid of Gears of War. And then put, like, him right there. Move Jin Sakai. And then make Final Fantasy 7 right here. You'd have to definitely get rid of 2, potentially 3 video game statues to make it work. Technically, you could get rid of Lara Croft, Gears, Neo, consolidate those 2 right there. Boom, you got a full shelf. That could theoretically work. But I was also thinking for like Wukong bust, Wukong 1/3, and Stellar Blade, throwing it right there. In a perfect world, I'd actually have all my video game statues in here. But I think it's inevitable. I'm going to have to eventually place something here. Who better than Wukong bust, which I think will be one of the best busts in my collection. Second, probably to Kratos. Although, will it top Thanos? Maybe not. Nevertheless, Wukong bust, Wukong 1/3, and Stellar Blade. J&D Stellar Blade. That would be sick right there. 2 of my favorite games last year. Now, I'm really hopeful I will be able to get a new house in the next few years. And if I do, my space problems will all be over. So I'll go at least 1,000 more square feet for a man cave. At least, like a minimum. This man cave's about 1,500 square feet. We would upgrade to 2,500 to 3,000. If I had that much space, oh my goodness. Plus, the way I built this basement was more so for like resale value, the fact I did 3 bedrooms. My next house, I'm not going to worry about that for the basement. When I get it done, I'm going to do custom shelving, 2 ginormous rooms, and it's going to be glory. Anyways, folks, I'm just trying to think up some ways. Now, it's not like any of these video game shop statues are shipping anytime soon, so it's not necessarily a current problem, but I definitely get thinking. We do know Lady D is shipping after New Year's to Spec Fiction, is what he told me. So, of course, she's going to go there, which we have space for. Black Myth Wukong bus won't ship for at least a year. J&D Stellar Blade hasn't been announced. Final Fantasy is a year plus out. So, we definitely have time. So we'll figure it out. Nemesis bust, they say shipping in Q4. I do really want that Nemesis bust. I mean, even if I can't necessarily fit some things, I may buy them, check them out, and then just box them up and keep them boxed up until I do have that space. Or if I know I'm going to eventually move, I'll buy them when they're on sale and then just keep them boxed up. Anyways, folks, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.